Entusiasme. Vaikensa pohjalatas, se tragilu. Aberversia ei. Aberis tragilu, tas se vaikensa pohjalatas, se tragilu.
I guess I'll do the tutorial. I want to know how to play this game. So I'm assuming it's your typical pixel type. Use the left stick, of course. Hey. So you said head? Because give me one reason why I wouldn't just be him all the time. I got that for playing the tutorial. Alright, now I can finally play. So what is this? Oh my goodness, just so many modes. That looks like a cool health bar. It's probably the boss health bar. I'm gonna go ahead and call that now. Oh, this is aimless mode. I'm good for now. Add player, does that mean it's cool? I don't think that means online. It's 2 player. That's cool. Something to play with my brother with. Keeps like all your stuff. By the way, we got a story. These things that I'm gonna do with transforming. This makes me feel like I'm playing some PS3 game. This is the actual Hellmut, right? Oh, these are just the guys you transform into. Yeah, that I just saw. This guy seems more useful to me. Wait, so if one of them died, can you become the other one? I feel like maybe you can. He's the one that's in the cover, so. Dang, I can't get both of them. That sucks. Look how many levels are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Counting the bosses. I'm assuming those skeletons are the bosses. We good, we chilling, man. This is the first level. Can't be but 2 levels. We just did way for him. Yeah, maybe it was smart to get him. Definitely better than the default. Arguably, you know what, he might be better than the guy there. I don't know why. I guess the tutorial made me hype him up. Seemed like he was a heavy hitter. He probably is. I guess what it's so small. You know, every game has to nerf the big guys. But this guy seems better because he can like shoot stuff. Already a shot, Mike. Let's just do it for fun though. Oh. So this stuff's gonna be. I wonder if this is specifically designed for him. That'd be crazy. Because only he shoots stuff. The guy with the hammer, I don't see him with a minigun. I can't picture that. I can't see my coins. That's I'm tripping. All I see is a 1 and an 8 in the left. My screen cuts off, but maybe that's how it is. I don't know if I have coins. What's that on the left? That means you can switch weapons. That's good. Did I really just buy that? All because them stupid statues out. And there it goes. I knew that I was gonna make it far. Oh, there's one of the games that rewards you for dying, though. I had a feeling, too. I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna die on purpose. See. But this gun, I didn't even get that shotgun. I can use the flaming shotgun. It's crazy because it's infinite. And then just to have 5. But once my guy is about to die or gets low, I'm switching. So by this point, I was finally starting to learn the game, but I still was dying a lot because this game is a lot more difficult than you would expect. But by coincidence, I actually went through this whole level without taking a single hit, and that landed me a why the hell not trophy. After this, the game got a lot more challenging, but as I said, I was getting more and more used to it. You'll see throughout this playthrough how I adapted. Look at the craziest spawn, and then it won't matter because use this moment. Like that, it happened. I was fighting a boss. You know, I used to would have been. Whatever. At least I made it past level 2. Maybe that's why it was so hard. And yeah, this is a new boss, by the way. I don't even know what he does. I hate fighting new bosses every time. Why did I do that? He actually know. Oh, rapid fire, I love it. Already. Light him up. Whoa, I thought it was rapid fire. Now you gotta hold this shit. Oh, this is like big ass. Oh, see, this whole time I couldn't save my ammo. Little slug minion gotta go. Sheesh, man, that ran. Look how much room they give you compared to the last fight you did, though. This is how a boss fight should be. What did he just hit me? He's got a headshot. Just kill his ass, he's good. No, kill these slugs, too. Alright, you know what? Oh, I don't have the bomb. Where's that? There we go. How are y'all still alive? Oh, they're like the slimes from Minecraft. They just duplicate everything and kill them. I was wondering where they were. Jeez, that's so cool. Look at all this I'm getting, man. It sure would be nice to have my other transformation. Just saying. Wow, that was all level 1. Yeah, see, you're just supposed to keep going. Like, does it ever save? I'm so confused, man. This is when I reached the point in the game that I was talking about where it got extremely difficult. And I kept dying and, you know, dying some more. And it takes a lot of trial and error. But with that trial and error, you learn something. And one of the things I learned was that you get transformations from going to the Eye of Korra. And you have to pretty much finish the entire challenge underneath the time limit to get your transformation. And by beating the first one, of course, you get a trophy for that. There's also another one you get for beating it in under a minute, but I'll touch on that later. Along the way, I kept killing enemies with barrels to get this one barrel related trophy, and I ended up getting it by killing myself. Eventually you get to the final boss, and with much prevailing and trial and error and deaths, you have to face him. And the way it works is each time you kill him, you see these transformations, you get to pick between which one you want. I didn't realize at the time of this moment, but each time you kill him, you get a different one. So to get all the transformations, you would have to kill him 8 times. And then after that, you unlock one last transformation, but I'll get on that later. And this was my first battle. You get the trophy for beating him your first time. And then you have to get all the other transformations to get the other trophies. Now back to what I said earlier, this is when I did the challenge in under a minute. I'm pretty sure I did it on purpose. I set a timer or whatever, and pretty much is basically what it sounds like. If it's at 130 when you started, just beat it before it gets to 30.
Demon spawn.
Now this one was a strange one, because I haven't mentioned it yet up until this point, but this game has quite a few bugs. I've seen on other copies it's worse. On my copy it wasn't as bad, but I once stood in the shop for 20 minutes, which is what you need to do to get the trophy, and nothing popped. Then I did it again and again, nothing popped. But here, I assumed maybe you can't be idle, like maybe you have to move around, so I moved around a bit, and at the same time I started this arcade game, and it did pop. So I'm not sure if you have to do that or if it just changed for some reason. But yes, this cool little arcade game, I love it. It's actually like really cool that they put it in the game. This is when it popped for me. So I'm not sure if you have to do it, but I would recommend doing it anyways to pass the time, or just play a video or something, because 20 whole minutes is kind of a while for just sitting still. I just felt I'd keep this clip because it kind of nails home the point I was saying about the game being buggy. This kind of shows it firsthand. My game just randomly crashed just from activating this arcade. Yeah, music playing and all. But anyways, moving from that, later on, I found out there's this trophy that's really confusing, and I'm not sure how to actually get it even now. But it says you gotta do 15.000 damage with barrels. Pretty non-specific, but I just advise you shoot the barrels instead of throwing it at them, and do it when they're far away, because that's how I gained it, as you can see. My 8th attempt fighting the demon, and it unlocked me Orc Fairy, which I actually needed for another trophy as well. Boy, was this a grind, I gotta say. Eventually, just from playing so much off camera, I collected this one from collecting a bunch of soul gems. And then I was off to fight the demon again for the last time, or so I thought.
Professor.
Now, the reason I said, or so I thought earlier, is because once you get the professor, they want you to beat the demon 10 whole times again. For no apparent reason, just to unlock a trophy. It even says reliving past trauma, or something like that. For no reason. I don't know why they thought of that, but yeah, they clearly have an obsession with you just replaying the game. So I decided to kill multiple birds in one stone and speed run it, because that's another trophy. Beat the game in under 20 minutes. And as you can see here, my game was glitching. So here's another case of the game being buggy. I tried to be clever and push my way over there, and it still wasn't enough. So ultimately, unfortunately, I had to restart. I prevailed, and of course I did get the speedrun trophy. And then all that was left to do was to beat him one more time. I did find these cool codes though. I got lucky with that one. But other than that, I was just glad to be done once I finally finished him off for the last time. It was definitely satisfying. And there you have it. There's the platinum of Hellmut. I will say this game is a lot more difficult than you would think. I think the way I pasted this is a lot quicker than my other platinum videos. I'm kind of glad, but at the same time it kind of undermines it, because I'm telling you right now, this doesn't do it justice. This game is grindy, a lot of times buggy, and unforgiving. When you do die, you go all the way back to the beginning, and they really expect you to beat it 8 times to get all your transformations, then a 9th time to get the professor, and then 10 more times just for F's and giggles. But yeah, I was clearly happy with my success, and I tried endless mode, and I will say it's actually really fun once you do get other transformations. And once you get him, you pretty much never lose.
And he also heals, so it did help with the speed run. But there you have it. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Peace.